What is up, guys? Welcome back into the YouTube channel. Obviously you can see we have the budget Tahoe build behind me. This is going to be episode 2 of the build. We are going to kind of just break down everything so far. So for episode 2, I had my brother-in-law come over. We did new brake shoes, hardware, and adjusters on the rear. This side is done. We still have to put the adjuster in on the passenger side. While it was off, I told him just go ahead and paint the drum black to clean it up in there, which he did. Between the shoes, the hardware kit, and the slack adjusters for both sides, I'll throw prices up. Excuse me, but to do both sides, brakes in the rear, I think it was like 50 bucks. But again, like I said, I'll throw prices up. The back brakes definitely needed to be done. I could tell that when I was driving. There was a little bit of bite there yet, but there wasn't much. When I was driving at home, the brake pedal, it didn't go all the way to the floor, but you kind of had to pump it for it to grab. Like I said, I know he changed the fronts, pads and caliper, and I believe rotor up here is what he did. But like I said, the rears definitely needed to be done. I'll show you guys over here. You can just tell all the stress cracks. There's a chunk broken out here. There's a chunk broken out there. There wasn't much left on there anyway. I mean, that's this one, there's a little bit more, but yeah, there's not much there. So we went ahead and did all that. But I will toss prices up. I bought all my stuff at Napa. Obviously, if you guys go to O'Reilly, Advance, wherever you buy your auto parts from, prices are gonna be a little bit different. But back brakes are done. We're gonna go ahead and move up and do an oil change. Just make sure it's good to go. I threw some seafoam in it. The seafoam calls for every quart of oil you put in an ounce of seafoam, which I'll pop up a picture. But I've had it in there for, I don't know, probably 50 miles now, just getting everything cleaned up. So we're gonna go ahead and drain the oil, get it all done, jack up the rear, get that other adjuster in, so everything is done and good to go. So let's go ahead, get the hood popped, get it jacked up, and get the oil drained. So from those time lapse, guys, we did pull the drain plug, oil is out, oil looked good, nothing abnormal about it, and the oil filter is off. When I went to Napa, I went ahead and picked up 5 quarts of the 5W30. It is the synthetic blend, and then we did their Napa Silver. I believe that's what that filter is, the Pro Select. Got it all picked up the same time we got the rear brakes. GM calls for, I believe it's, excuse me, 5.1 quarts of oil in the 5.7. We're gonna do 5 quarts and then top it off with a little Lucas oil additive. I ran the seafoam. A lot of guys were saying it's nice to run it in there, especially on a older vehicle, something that's getting a little bit higher miles, which this still only has 190. That Chevy Cruze I had 250. So this definitely has a lot less miles than that Cruze did. But I threw the seafoam in the crankcase there. It's supposed to help just break down all the buildup, the deposits, all that. And then also when I do like every other fill up on gas, I throw Lucas oil or seafoam in it just to kind of help treat the gas, especially during winter. Just help it run a little bit better and stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and get the filter thrown back on. I already put the drain plug in, and then we're gonna get this thing topped off with the oil. Throw a little bit of Lucas oil in it, start it up, make sure we don't have any leaks. And then we're gonna jump to the rear back here and get that adjuster thrown in, and we should be good. Well, oil has changed, guys. Started the vehicle, no messes, so that's a plus. Additive is in. We topped off the power steering fluid. Just kind of double checked everything underneath here. We are good to go. Gonna grab the jack real quick, move to the back, get that wheel or brake adjuster in there, and then we should be good on episode 2. And I'll get all the price breakdowns for the oil change, the brakes and everything added into the video. So let's go ahead and get all this buttoned up and jump to the rear. All right, guys, so down here at the bottom is your adjuster, and you can tell it's just nasty and frozen in here. Here is the new adjuster. All you have to do is basically space those brake shoes out. As you can tell, everything's nice and new in there. Thank you again to my brother-in-law Seth for doing this. But we just take this, stick it in there, and then we will adjust it to where you have a little bit of drag on your wheels. There is a little port on the back side. There's supposed to be a plug. You can stick a brake adjuster like shovel in there and you can adjust it. So we're gonna go ahead and get these pulled apart, get this thrown in, get them adjusted, and yeah. Okay guys, so the new adjuster's in there, and like I said, there's a little porthole on the back side back here. Right down there, that little eye looking piece. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. But to adjust this, if you look down in there, you can see the little star wheel on the adjuster. You just stick a screwdriver, like I got a thin flathead here. You just stick it through there. And most generally, you spin the wheel. The easier the wheel spins, that adjusts the brake. So I mean, you can see we have a little bit of drag here on the brake. I'm spinning it. That's kind of what we want. And these adjusters are self-adjusting, so you drive it a little bit, they'll kind of adjust to themselves. But that's basically how you do the adjusters. Like I said, I'm going to do a complete price breakdown for you guys and get everything in this video. But I'm gonna go ahead and bolt the wheel back up, and then I'll meet you guys up top. All right guys, just to recap on episode 2 of the budget build Tahoe, we did obviously the oil change with new filter, just to make sure everything's good to go, topped off power steering fluid. And then we did, which wasn't filmed, my brother-in-law came over, did the brakes. Like I said, we got the adjusters in. I showed you how to adjust them, so we should be ready to rock and roll. Episode 3, we are going to be jumping to some exterior mods. We're going to be working on the front end here. Going to be rewiring this big honky light bar. Like I said, redoing the grill. And then I also have a new hood I picked up, 20 bucks. Got a new hood, so we're going to get it painted and thrown on there. I'm going to show you all those steps, and we're going to make this thing look right. I am gonna be getting the correct lug nuts and everything for the wheel spacers, so just hold off on that yet. I know I was gonna try and finish that up in part 2, but we haven't been able to get those yet. But anyway guys, if you enjoy this video and want me to keep doing the kind of budget build series, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment on what you wanna see or wanna know how to do on your vehicle. I'll be sure to get to it. But remember, learning as I do, doing I love. I'm the GM man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.